Welcome to the T.S.D.N Network News Desk, and I'm Kurt Schwager, and I want to welcome in my co-host and friend Brian Mathern.
Hey Kurt, how you doing?
How you doing, Brian? Good evening, buddy.
Same to you.
Yeah, what a night! Right now, we'd be getting ready for the Shreveport Roo game against the Carolina Panthers. Right now,
Would be
I would be getting my
if
iced
if
coffee.
it wasn't for Carolina.
Right, I would be having my iced coffee and my piece of pizza
Yeah.
right now, and getting ready for the game. I probably will watch the UFL game tonight. I think the St. Louis Battlehawks play the. I don't know if it's the Denver or the DC Defenders or not. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, let's talk about this
Yeah, I
game
think
that Brian that we would be talking about right here that we would be watching tonight. The game, you know, game week National Arena League match between the Carolina Cobras and the Shreveport Rougarou. We're not going to be able to watch it tonight.
no. So unfortunately, to catch everybody else up, Thursday night about 8:30, the league put out a press release saying that the Carolina Cobras are going dormant for the rest of the year. Um, they did travel to West Virginia to the Wheeling Miners last week and played them there in Wheeling, but are not coming to Shreveport for tonight's game. So that leaves us with an open game that we've sold tickets for, and the team has made the decision to have a fan fest tonight where they will have uh, the gray jerseys, the alternate jerseys that have been worn at least in one game, if not a couple, will be auctioned off to the fans in the arena. They will also have player signings. They'll have the whole roster there and other type of events or whatever going on, even though there won't be a football game.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. I know they said something about the roster, the whole roster being there, and you're going to have like fan engagements and
Right.
all that at the Coliseum. I was
Sort
going to ask you on that, but
sort of like an extended after the game, how all the fans can walk out on the field and meet the players, get autographs, take pictures. It's going to be an extended version of that, where they'll have it for a few hours instead of like 45 minutes after the game ends.
yeah, that'd be cool. Awesome. Well, Brian, we can put this schedule up for the rest of the weekend for the other games this weekend. Of course, we know the
Yeah.
game one there. We know the Cobras and the
Canceled.
Rougarou.
Right. That one's canceled. You
Right.
got Beaumont traveling to Sioux City, Iowa. And the other game is the Las Vegas Knights, which is a semi pro team, is traveling to Idaho. That's a makeup game for the Amarillo Dusters that were removed from the league before the league started this year. And the other game on the west is Columbus, Georgia Lions are at the Denver, Colorado Spartans.
Geez, I'm wondering, Brian, what's going on here? Are they gonna any more of these teams gonna fold or what here?
Um, Good possibility of at least one more before the end of the year. That's all I can say about that. But hopefully not. You know.
Man, that's what scares me, about these leagues,
Yeah.
like AF1, well, AFL last year. But
Right.
man, teams were going down left, right, and center. Voodoo never did get a chance to start. It really, really bums you out when you invest your money in it and then they fold.
Well, as I was talking to somebody earlier today for about an hour and a half on the phone with the Voodoo. Of course, that one's personal because I worked with the team last year. We didn't have an owner. The league ran us Georgia Force, Philadelphia Soul, and the Minnesota Myth. We were to have a celebrity guest owner, and it was a local rapper. Still can't mention his name. He was supposed to own the team. That fell through. The league did purchase us a new field. Did not buy the nets like they should have. And coach and the coaching staff for the Voodoo pretty much had to hurry up and try to put together as best as they could a netting system so we could play the game. And prior to that game, Philadelphia players got kicked out of their hotel. There was other issues behind the scenes, and only 3 players made the trip down to Lafayette, Louisiana, for the game with the jerseys, with the pads, with the helmets, the uniforms. And we were able to contact the Dallas Falcons, and they put on the uniforms for the Philadelphia Soul, and that's who we played in our one and only game last year. Similar to what happened last night with the players that at the Corpus Christi Tritons.
Brian, show that Voodoo media guide. Can you put it up and show that? That's pretty cool.
So last year when I worked for the Voodoo, I wrote a media guide. It's available on Amazon right now. You just Google Louisiana Voodoo Media Guide. I think it's $19.99 on Amazon. 115 pages, covers other teams in the league as Albany. Covers all 16 teams, covers our coaching staff, schedule, everything in the league. I wrote this myself, and now I have just completed the one for Shreveport for the Rougarou, which I uploaded last night on Amazon, and I'm just waiting for them to approve it and for it to go live.
Brian, I'd like to get the Voodoo media guide, and I will get a Rougarou one too. I ought to get back with you. I'm going to have you sign them for me.
Will do. Actually, I have this one is actually signed right here.
Awesome.
That signature is actually the guy who created this cover. Of course, the back too has the schedule, and he designed the cover for me. So he's in Indiana, and I got him to sign this. And I have another copy that the head coach, James Shiver, also signed. And of course, I signed in the back, but it's my copies.
Brian, I got to get a couple of them from you, man. I got to get a couple signed copies. So I have to get your address. I'll give you my address. I'll get some money to you, and we'll get them babies rolling, man. I got to get.
Yeah, not a problem. Just let me know, and I'll send one your way.
Awesome. And they're available on Amazon, right, Brian?
Correct. That book, and previously, as you can see on the flag behind me, I have 6 books, Atari books, written on Amazon, and 2 checklist books. So if you just Google my name, my whole library of books are all available on Amazon, and it's print on demand. So as you order them, they print them.
Wow, man. Brian, I didn't really realize this. This is something new I just learned about you. I did not realize you were author and had these books out like this. It makes me that more intrigued and that more, exciting, to do this podcast here with you.
Oh, there's only been 2 things that I've been passionate about, and that's Atari and arena football, and being an 80s, 90s, super fan. And then about 2005 or so, kind of gave it up and went into Atari stuff, and been writing books since 2018.
Wow,
and
man.
just got back into arena football 2023 when the AFL was coming back. So that's what sucked me back in to indoor football now.
That's what got me back in. About the same time, I started watching, getting excited about hearing about the voodoo and, the AFL. I started getting back into it a little bit there. Well, that's being that we're talking about the AFL and we're talking about the past a little bit. I'm keeping in touch and trying to get a hold of this Peter Schwartz. He's the general manager of the New York Dragons
Okay.
out of Rhode Island. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to get a hold of him, see if I can get him on this podcast. And the coach, Gerald Filardi, there. He's the coach, head coach of the New York Dragons. But that's what kind of concerns me. I'm trying to keep, an eye on that league there coming up. There's only 4 teams. There's the New York Dragons, the Danbury Diesel, the New Jersey Ciphers, and the Fitchburg Heroes. There's only 4 teams right now, but I don't know where they're going to get, how they're doing it, how they're going to get their money. I mean, it's called the Sports Entertainment Association, so I'm not quite sure. I know they're talking about having entertainment at their pre games and at the halftime and before a game. I don't know really how they're doing this, but they're putting it all together pretty good. The Coliseum seems to be selling tickets, pre-sales for the games. But I've been trying to contact Peter Schwartz there. I've been trying to get a hold of him. I haven't heard nothing back yet, but I've been trying to get him on here and maybe get the coach on there, Gerald Filardi there of the New York Dragons. Maybe they start their season in June, I think June 7th. So I'm going to kind of keep an eye on them. See, I'm glad too, Brian, that I changed the name from UFL Fandom. It was too limited for me, like you said, you were right. And when I changed it, it's more of a universal, more if you and I want to go ahead and even in the wintertime when there isn't no arena games or anything like that, we can do something, whatever we feel like doing a show on. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Like,
Makes sense.
yeah, man, and I'm excited about your books, man. I had no idea. This is an exciting thing for me to be working with somebody who's an author. I'm an author. I have some books out there, but I don't talk about it. But I'm excited to know you are and have all these books out there. It's something I didn't know. I didn't realize.
Yeah. If I knew we were going to touch on it, I would have. I got them right over here. I'll grab them if we get a break somewhere and bring them on camera.
Awesome, man. Yeah, because we got this show now as a little uh, podium where you can start putting the books up, and it might
Yeah.
help with sales and stuff like that. If people know they're on Amazon, and stuff like that, they'll get out there and get a copy of them.
Yeah, I get sales globally because I have even the Kindle, the ebook versions of my books are available, around the globe. So I'll get royalties off of foreign country Amazons, that are converted over to U.S. currency. So
Yeah, European currency, European monies. Then it has to be
yeah,
transferred to
right,
U.S. monies. I don't,
thanks.
it's a
Yeah,
long process. I think it takes like 6 months. But you sent me
well,
this. You sent me this here yesterday. It was pretty good. What was this little graphic about here?
so before they canceled the game yesterday, that was supposed to be the theme for tonight's game is Guns and Hoses.
Guns and Hoses.
Yeah. First time I saw it, I thought it was a little racy, but
Yeah, Guns and Hoses. I was thinking to myself, hey, there's other thoughts on that. You know what I mean?
right, exactly. But they wanted nominees of volunteer firefighters and policemen, and to receive a free ticket for the game if there was a game now. But that was supposed to be the promotion, the theme night. They always do a theme for every single home game. So
It's funny.
we've had cancer awareness, we've had kids night where they dressed up in costumes, and I forgot what the other theme was, but there's been 3 games and 3 themes. So
Awesome. I love that. I got a big kick out of that. It was really awesome. Loved it. And this player here was up here. I can't remember what his name was. He was I don't know if he was player of the week or player of the month or I'm not sure even what his name was, but it came up
Uh,
and I had that graphic. He's for the Rougarou, but it
that
was
that one I'm not sure about how to pronounce his name.
me neither.
Dioh is his first name,
Right.
and then Desuah.
I can't pronounce it
I'm
either,
not.
but I know
Yeah,
he
I'm not
was he
quite
player of the
sure.
week.
Yeah, he was defensive lineman from Seton Hill University. 6'2", 280.
Yeah, I seen it. See, like I said, I have more graphics. I didn't download half of them. I got just a few graphics here. I wanted to show that one graphic with the that you showed me about, the Carolina Panthers being paused or not
Yeah.
playing. Now, being paused, does that mean they won't ever come back, or they come back next week, or
Well, when they say they go in dormant, because that's the official terminology that the league uses. Dormant means that they just sit out the rest of the year, and then they have the potential of coming back next year. Um, who's to say that they're going to sell the team to a new owner, come back next year? Possible. Um, who's to say they're going to fold in the middle of the off season? Don't know. It's all up in the air. But one thing is definite: they won't fulfill the rest of the contract, the schedule for this year.
and this would be week 8, right, Brian?
Um,
Or 7? There's a week 8.
for NAL, this is week 8.
Wow, where the hell did those weeks go?
Well, you got to realize the Rougarou
Excuse me.
had off weeks every other game. So we played the preseason game, and then we had, I think, Omaha. Then we were off a week. Then we played, what was it? That was at Omaha. I got it right here. So then we had a week off. We played in Shreveport against Wheeling. That's the game I went to.
That was a good game. And we got it documented. You were at that game.
Yeah. And then another off week. Then we played Thursday of the following week in Idaho. And then another week off, and we had the Louisville Savage, which was the makeup game for Amarillo. Then we were off last weekend, and then we were supposed to have the game this week.
I
For
was
for the next 6 weeks, counting tonight, we have a game the last 6 weeks of the season. There's no off weeks anymore.
I was looking forward to this game tonight too, man. I was really looking forward to tonight.
Yeah,
And
me
I
too.
think, don't you think? And you know another thing that pisses me off, Brian, is I used to go back and because I used to even like to watch a preseason game
Yeah,
of the Rougarou, and go
that
back
was
and watch the preseason and like the first and second game to see them gradually grow, and
right.
get better.
Yeah,
So and I can't go back and rewatch them if I want to watch them.
not right now. Not until the league uploads the games back up onto this new YouTube channel.
What are you thinking about that new YouTube channel? I don't see. There's nothing.
They didn't set up the channel correctly. So in other words, the existing channel that they have right now has been set up as a music artist channel. So in other words, you go to the NAL, nationalarenaleague.com website, and you click to watch the games. Watch live, I think, is the link up at the top. You click that, you go to another page, and it has a window with another window within it for YouTube for the current game. You click, you try to watch it there. You can't watch it there. It says it will send you to YouTube. You have to go to the YouTube page, and instead of having the multiple games coming up, like you had that graphic with the 4 games, technically 3 games tonight, instead of having those links, you have a playlist on the side of the screen as if it's tracks from a CD player. So each game is on one track. So you have to go to the first game before you can choose, say, like if you want to watch that Las Vegas game tonight, Las Vegas and was it Idaho? If you want to watch that game, it's not going to be the first one. It's going to be the third one down the list.
Wow, man. I don't know if I like that. I hope they get that straightened out soon.
Some dispute with YouTube in the way that the licensing and I don't know. I still haven't gotten a 100% definite answer on what caused that and what's going on with that. So, but right now, all the past games are not uploaded.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for because I like going back, especially that Wheeling Miners game.
Yeah,
It has a lot of, special because you were at it. We did the live at the game video. The Rougarou we were talking about at live at the game when you were doing the video down there when you were at the Coliseum. We were
right.
talking about what if the Miners go 0-3. Remember we were talking about that, Brian? Oh, that was funny. And what happened?
The AAL champions of last year, and they go 0-3, and they did.
Yep, they sure did. And I can't believe even Heather, the fan club recruit, she even got into it. She said,
Yeah,
"Yes, that would be amazing if the Miners went 0-3 and the Rougarou went 2 and what would they been 1-1
we
at
we
that
went
time?"
1-2 after. Well, it yeah 1-1 at that point
But
because
that was
we had lost to Omaha the week before.
but that's what had such a special meaning to the Miners game.
Yeah,
It just, we talked about the Miners losing, we talked about the Rougarou winning. It happened.
right.
And and we did the videos on it. We got to get back to I want to do some since we have trailers and we got the Rougarou podcast. We got to get back. This is like a news desk thing. This one was like a news desk where we'll do more. I'll have more graphics and we'll do like a news desk, and then we'll have it after the game video, podcast, and then we'll have the Rougarou podcast. So we got 3 different things going on here.
Right.
You know what I mean? So which is pretty cool. So anybody who's listening out there, the Rougarou and the Carolina Cobras are not playing tonight. So Brian and I here, we're bumming and chewing our fingernails right now because we're looking forward to the game. I was really looking forward to it, man. But we did find out, viewers, that my co-host Brian here is a published author. His books are at Amazon. Get out there and get a copy. I'm going to get myself, now that his co-host knows about it, I'm going to get on that like Henry on Ape and get some copies of that.
Yeah, just search by my name on Amazon and they'll come up.
I'll send you my address tonight, and you got to send me yours. I have these graphics, Brian. I don't know if you keep up with the UFL or not. These are week
off and
4.
on.
Yeah, these are week 4 scores with the Showboats defeated the Panthers week 4, 9-27. Battlehawks defeated the Renegades defeated the Battlehawks 30-15 last week. That was a pretty good game.
Yeah.
And then the Stallions there 23-16 over the Roughnecks.
Yeah.
And then
Stallions win everything.
Yeah, and then the Brahmas defeated the Defenders last week.
Now that was an upset.
That was really surprising.
Yeah.
That was surprising to me.
I would have thought Beer Snake would have been the favorite in that one, so that had to have been an upset.
Me neither. We have here, Brian, the week 5 power rankings of the UFL.
It don't get any closer than that.
I know it. It's really close. Okay, you got the Birmingham Stallions. They're on top at 3-1. You got the Arlington Renegades at 3-1. You got the DC Defenders at 3-1. The Michigan Panthers at 3-1. St. Louis Battlehawks have went down to 2-2. The San Antonio Brahmas are 1-3, which is surprising. Houston Roughnecks are 1-3. They're better than a 1-3 team, though.
Oh, I would hope so.
Yeah, and now the Memphis Showboats played last night, and they beat Who did they beat? They beat the Birmingham Stallions last night.
Was that who they did?
Yeah.
I didn't watch the game because between the draft and the AF1 games, I didn't watch any of it.
Did you watch the draft?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was pretty that was pretty good. The Giants got a couple good draft picks there. I can't. What was that defender's name? Leonard or something? Leonard, and then I can't remember the quarterback, but I know he was in the third round. But there are two or three really good draft picks the Giants got there. Alexander and if I'm thinking right. But
I
anyway,
know the Saints picked up the Louisville quarterback and passed on Shakur. So,
yeah. Oh yeah, and the Giants they picked up. Oh my God, he used to play for the Seattle Seahawks. Russell. Oh
oh,
my.
um,
Yeah, he played for the Seattle Seahawks. They picked him up at
yeah,
veteran quarterback though.
yeah, Russell Wilson.
Well, Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
Why couldn't I think of his last name?
yeah,
But anyway, they picked him up, so they got that him as a good veterans. Then they got this new rookie coming up, so I think they're going to be pretty good.
and didn't they get the Giants picked up Jameis Winston too, didn't they?
Jameis Winston, yeah, they got about 4 or 5 really good players. Oh yeah, they're going to be pretty good,
Because
I think, this year.
what was ironic was Jameis Winston was here at the Superdome for the Super Bowl, and when they had the media day, when the players were getting hounded with the questions, um, Jameis Winston was playing sports reporter for Fox NFL Sunday, and I want to say he was asking the Eagles running back Shaquan, um, he's unemployed. Where should I go? And Saquon said, "Well, I hear the Giants have an opening." So
Yeah,
sure enough, months later, he's a Giant as far as I know.
yeah, but they're weird. Well, look at Saquon Barkley there. The Giants got rid of him, and look
Yeah,
what he did for the Philadelphia Eagles there. I mean, he was running like a new player. I mean, I had never seen him play that good before as he did
yeah.
last year.
A little bit about me is born and raised in New Orleans, but as far back as I can remember in the '70s, I actually had a Ron Jaworski jersey. So I've always been 50-50. It's always been Eagles and Saints. And so it was nice to see him win a second one. So now if we can get the Saints to get a second one, be even sweeter.
Well, I'm up here in New York State now. I do have some of my teams I follow up here in New York and stuff, but I do like now my dad was always a Giant, so I would go with the Jets. Or if he went with the Giants and they were playing the Saints, I would go with the Saints. Or just weird.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing. I don't know. I can't explain it to you, but there for years, I followed the old XFL. I like the Las Vegas Outlaws and the Orlando Rage, and I have a lot of collectibles on the Orlando Rage and them guys. So one of these days we'll have to get them. I want to sell some of it because I have them sitting around in boxes. So I'd like to sell some of it, not all of it, but some of it. I do. I want to get my old New York Dragons stuff out too. We're gonna kind of like set a ball up here when we start get into this news desk thing. This is going to be pretty fun when we get the
From
graphics down. But one thing I do have to get straightened out is this StreamYard, or we'll
yeah,
go with another live thing, because I want you in here with me so you can put up what you want to put up here and you can get in there and dig around and help out a little bit more because it gets to be too much on you. I know
yeah.
as well we haven't had nobody come on here. Nobody's in the chat
Hmm.
at all.
I
Which is
wonder why.
great.
That's
I don't
weird.
know.
Unless it didn't send out notifications from YouTube. I don't know.
I know it's
It's
very
weird.
strange.
But you were saying about the merchandise for the Dragons. I had a extra room before my daughters were born when I had the house in Baton Rouge that was nothing but arena football merchandise. Literally, the walls were covered in chronological order with pennants, and I had shelves on one side of the room that had mini helmets, keychains, mugs, business cards. I collected media guides. I collected game programs. Um, you name it. None of the high end stuff. None of the jerseys or the full size helmets, game used helmets. None of that. But all of the smaller stuff. And back in the day, I used to write every single team and get order forms and place orders and do it the old fashioned way. Didn't have the internet. Had to do it through snail mail.
Send a money order in, and
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I still do it that way sometimes. I still send the money order out and all that. But yeah, if you have any New York Dragon stuff, let me know.
The only thing I recall that I have is actually the first year was 2001. I think I have the T-shirt that says Premier Season or inaugural season or whatever. But
yeah, they went from 2001 to 2007 or 2008, didn't they?
Sounds about right. Yeah,
right around there.
But just in the mail today, from a fellow Facebook friend, Greg Myers, I just received this today, which is the 1992 Detroit Drive pennant pack. It's got the button, bumper sticker, and it's the whole pennant from 92.
Holy cow, man. 1992?
Yep.
That's a few years ago, Brian, man.
A few moons ago, yes.
A few moons ago. Yeah, but I love it, man. Just seeing that stuff,
Yeah.
gets me excited, that stuff like that. You must have a passion like I do for that stuff. I love it too.
Yeah, I had front row season tickets for the New Orleans night in 92, 91 and 92. And that year I was wearing a bag on my head.
You did? You did?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I got photos. I'll have to share them with you so then you can put them up.
You got photos of your bag days?
Yes. We went 0-10.
Oh, don't worry, the Giants had a few of those seasons. Believe you me. Oh,
but I took a brown bag, spray painted it navy blue, did the logos and everything. On the front, I put good night, and I forgot I had some saying on the back, some cute, saying or whatever. But I changed the front. It said 0-8, and then when we lose, it went 0-9, and then the next week it would be 0-10. So yeah, teardrops running down the side.
Oh my God, yes. Brian. But Giants had, 1 in 15 seasons. Believe you me, they wore bags.
Well, in 79, 80, the Saints, of course, invented wearing the bags when they went 1 in 15. So yeah.
Yeah, we all had those seasons.
Yeah, the Aints.
So Brian, when the heck is our Roo gonna play again?
So the next game scheduled is May 3rd, this coming Saturday at Beaumont, which I'm planning to attend that one.
You're going down there? Oh man, we got to go live with it. With that,
yeah.
We got to go live with the Rougarou podcast
because it's actually quicker for me to go there than it is to go to Shreveport.
All right, my friend, the Rougarou podcast will return.
Yep.
This would be awesome. All right, Brian, you got anything else to say? Hey, do you want to show some more of those books or anything you wanted to show? I'll put like a graphic up here.
Yeah, hold on. Let me.
I'll put the Guns and Hoses night graphic on.
Hold on, I'll be back.
All right. Yeah, so we're kind of like talking about the game, which the game National Arena League between the Carolina Cobras and the Shreveport Rougarou has been canceled. Carolina Panthers have been paused. So, and Brian is going and getting some books to show me. This guy, my co-host, is an author, and he's showing me some of his books right here. They're available on Amazon. So let's check this stuff out. This is something I'm just learning right now, folks, from my co-host.
So 2018. 2018, that's volume 1. Got a halo on the cover. This one is actually, was it signed? Let's see. I think I have this one signed, although this is my usable copy. No, I don't think I have this one signed. Yep, it actually is.
Oh man, they're so awesome, Brian, man.
So yeah, that's volume 1. Volume 2 is actually signed right here in silver by this guy, Daryl Spice Jr. He's a programmer.
Wow, that's a pretty thick book, isn't it, Brian?
182 pages is each one of these books. So then I made a Christmas book where I doubled it. So it's 387.
Wow.
That's the Christmas book that my daughter did the cover. She actually drew the 8-bit cover.
Well, that is awesome.
Volume 3, Super Cobra, foreword by Brett Weiss.
Awesome, Brian.
Volume 4, Star Castle, foreword by Joe Grisafi. His signature right there. Volume 5 covers Pac-Man and all the Pac-Mans for Atari. That one's done by Jared Gray West. He signed. This one's not signed. I have others that are signed. Then all those are black and white. I have deluxe editions where the inside is in color.
Awesome, Brian. They're cool looking books, man.
And then, thank you, checklist book for 2020 in color. Checklist book in black and white. The cover is black and white.
Awesome.
And then I do these every 2 years. So 2022 color. Different cartridges on the front cover, and the same one, black and white. Same book, just cheaper because it's black and white, not full color.
Not full color, yeah. But man,
so I have all these books,
pretty good,
all black and white in color, and then the Voodoo Media Guide, and now the Rougarou Media Guide's coming.
Definitely getting them. I know that. And I'm going to have you sign them.
Yep.
When you get that Rougarou Media Guide, I'm going to have you go down to the studio. If you're down to the Coliseum, I have you sign it. Get a bunch of people sign it for me.
Yeah. Well, if I get it in time, which I doubt. Well, depending on when Amazon makes it go live, and then as quickly as I can put in my order, hopefully it'll be here before Saturday, but I'm not holding my breath.
No, I'd probably be a little bit too long for that. But
yeah.
Well, man, if you're going live, Brian, May 3rd, we'll get ready for that. We'll get a Rougarou podcast live cover going for that, and we'll go live. It sounds cool, my friend. And I've learned something about you, which my hat's off to you. That gives me a little bit more. I mean, it makes me feel really excited about having you as my co-host now, knowing that you have this stuff too going for you. You know,
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm proud, man, to have you as my co-host. I just want to get this crap here worked out sometime.
Right.
I've been trying my darndest, and I just can't seem to get it straightened out. I don't know if they understand me. Sometimes I think they just don't answer back, which is the weirdest thing. I don't understand it.
And it's probably their customer service that is lacking.
Man, I tell you, irritating. Well, anyway, Brian, this has been a pretty good show. It's not the show we were looking for because we wanted to talk about the Rougarou, their game tonight.
Pre-game. Yeah, pre-game, but no game tonight now.
No game, but we got somebody watching us on and off. But anyway, the Rougarou will be back May 3rd. Brian's heading down to the Coliseum down there in Shreveport, Louisiana. So
No,
we
Beaumont.
will.
Beaumont.
Oh, Beaumont. That's
Beaumont.
right.
Not Shreveport.
Or Beaumont.
Beaumont.
All right, man. So
Ford,
you'll be
the
down
Ford,
to Beaumont.
the Ford Center Arena.
Awesome. That'll be awesome. They usually have a pretty packed house, Brian.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to expect. I'm hoping that it's much newer building because I've driven by it. Some of those books I just showed you, I did a book signing in Houston. I go to Expo over there, and I did a book signing in 2018, and their arena is on I-10. So to go from Baton Rouge to Houston, you go through Beaumont, and I've passed the outside of the arena, and it looks like fairly new, like newly built since 2000. So it should be a newer building,
Sounds good, Brian, man. Like I said, I live for this podcast. We will get better. Like I said, this makes me awful nervous because I get talking and I'm doing all right. I keep thinking it's going to either click off on me or it's going to go off. I don't know if there's somebody who knows me or somebody who don't like the NAL or the UFL.
Wow.
Or they like us guys or something, and they're trying to cause us trouble. I don't know.
I don't know. I actually had a good stream today. It only buffered on me once since
Yeah,
I've
it
been
was
talking
good,
to you. So,
good and clear.
yeah.
All right, Brian, man. I'll talk to you on Facebook, and I'm going to let you go. I'm
All
glad we
right.
got this in, even though our Rougarou didn't play tonight. And I'm looking forward to May 3rd, man. That's
Yeah,
going
me
to
too.
be the Rougarou Live podcast coming May 3rd. All right, Brian,
All right.
that's in this stream, and I'll see you on Facebook.
Later.